Hello, welcome to this episode of Let's Chat Live. I'm your host, Chris Revel, coming from the Cat Cave in Warwick, Rhode Island. Really excited today. We're bringing back our old friends to the show who were on in our early days, which was about a year ago. Steven, I know we've done some podcasts together, and Steven's come on a few times, and sometimes a surprise, always fun. Serpent, always great to catch up with. So I'm really excited. We were all just chatting beforehand, so I'm really excited. So if you're watching this live, thank you very much. Every Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. on Let's Chat Facebook and Facebook and YouTube page. We have this live, and possibly maybe you're listening to the audio version of this. We are releasing all of the audio from our Let's Chat Live onto our Patreon, which is patreon.com/Let's Chat Media. This episode will go up live on our Let's Chat with Chris Earl feed on Friday. Thank you to the Vern from Cinema Recall for helping us out with post-production. That will stay on that feed for about 2 weeks, and then it goes behind the paywall. We'll keep videos up there forever, but if you want the audio only, and we're going to put all of our past Let's Chat live episodes onto our Patreon. We're working on that, so all the stuff with Serpent. So if you're more like me, where you don't like to watch, you're more of a one to listen, you could do that. You know what? Y'all don't want to hear me talk. Let's come who we're here for. Let's come. So welcome to this show, returning guests and our friends, Serpent and Steven.
What is up? We are back in the pit is back in business.
He's back, baby. How are you two? Like, I think you're some of our early guests. Like, as we did one of these probably July or August. No, maybe August, September of last year. October.
Something.
It was because
it was a date.
Yeah, I guess I can look it up.
But
so it's fun. We haven't been able to keep in touch and stuff, which has been really cool. And Steven, you've come on a few times. We've gotten to have you come on. Recently, I remember we did one with we were doing with Cinema Roulette.
No, you were doing the interview with my friend Cam and his podcast, and
then I remember I think I messaged you. I'm like, pop on, and I sent you the link.
Yeah, you did that, and then I came on and I took over your show for one episode. And when I was interviewing those one guys.
Oh yeah, you were hosting for us or with us. That was so fun. That was a good one. I watched that. That was really fun. Well, I lied. I listened. I'm more of a listener than I am a watcher of things. I put YouTube on in the background and I do something else, and I took Steven off screen. But enough about me. That's not important. What's been up with you two the last year? Anything happened last year?
Who wants to go first? Me or you?
You just go for it. Yeah.
So from last time until now, I've been to a convention, which is amazing.
Which one?
I went to Anime Midwest 2021, and there's moments I don't want to remember, and there's moments I do remember. And the things I want to remember is my panel. And I had a full house, literally, for my Homestuck versus My Hero Academia Family Feud panel. Like, it was full. People were getting pissed at me because I wasn't getting enough questions. It was that popular. I was like, what? Like, holy crap, this is amazing.
So you got to host a panel?
Yeah, like this isn't my first one, but
my dream is to host a panel at Comic-Con. I'm working on it, but
no, I had all the like I literally filled the panel room, and people were like cheering me on, and they were cheering all my panelists on. I was literally in the deep end in finding panelists, because everyone that was supposed to be my panel had quit on me literally at the last second. And so I was able to find a Bakugo, a Handman, whatever his name is. Do you remember Serpent? What's his name again? The guy with the hand.
I would. Shigaraki.
Yeah, Shigaraki. I found him, Bakugo. I had a President Mike, and then on the Homestuck side, I had a Jade, a Dave Strider, and a one character from Danganronpa, but that didn't matter. And
I feel like that does matter. It's a Homestuck versus My Hero panel. Why was there Danganronpa?
Because at this point I was like, anyone wants to join? I'm kind of stretching for panelists.
So can I ask you something, Steven? How do so me and probably other people like us who are listening, how do you get to the position where you get to host a panel at Comic-Con? Tell me your secret ways.
Anime Midwest.
Anyone else?
I think he's asking about how you get a panel.
I want to moderate a panel, but I don't know how to do that. Like, what was your steps to figure that out?
Well, at least with Anime Midwest, it's in like small cons. It's pretty simple. You just go onto the site. It's just like, do you want to run a panel? Yes. Fill out the form, and maybe you get in, maybe you don't.
Yeah, I know that sounds so simple, but I never even thought of that, or I never knew that. So thank you for this knowledge. That's really helpful because that's a goal of mine for sure. I want to like moderate or put a panel together. Of course, mine would just be like, listen to me talk about Spider-Verse for an hour.
Spider-Verse. If you're wondering about the podcast, so we are one episode away from episode 30. Like one episode away. Like we just did our 29th episode that released this month, and next month, if we get that done, we will have our 30th. We're 30 episodes deep almost. We are one episode away from that.
Well, tell the good people the podcast name.
It's in the Serpents Pit with Serpents Breakdown, although we might have to cancel it because I am getting a bit busy now that I have a job again. I don't have much free time, along with my own side projects, like how I do want to do my own anthology podcast and just my webcomics and all that.
Jobs. I could not disagree with you more. Why don't we all just quit our jobs and just do this instead? I'd be so much happier.
Podcasting would be the dream, especially for someone like me.
Yeah, that's all I want to do is this professionally, which
hopefully. No, the cool thing is that like, even though In the Serpent's Pit may be going on a hiatus for a very, very long time, Cyber Time Bite's in its 4th year now.
Yeah, we did an episode together. You were kind enough to have me on as a guest. That was awesome. You had some great guests too. I loved your episode with Bree, and then you also had Kevin Gallagher on, one of my good podcast pals. I remember. I think. Did you meet him through Let's Chat Live? Is that correct? Am I making that up?
No. I met him for you guys, and I asked him to come on my podcast.
I love him.
And then I had Serpent on way back in the day, like when I was starting in the first year.
Yeah, you're in like the hundreds, man. That's awesome.
And I gotta say, it's because that's again, everyone's gonna be like, oh, like everyone's gonna be like, feel like I'm praising, but if it wasn't for Serpent, I wouldn't have the friends I have today. So that's why Serpent is one of my closest friends I ever have. Because
she's Bree. That's not Bree is to me. How did you two meet? I have to ask. How do you two know each other?
Well, I can't remember what con I was at. It was one of the earlier cons I went to. I went as Teresia, really, really crusty, bad Trezzy cosplay compared to now. It's painful, but we encountered in one of the I think the hotel or something in the hotel area of the con, and basically.
Do you want me to explain it?
Sure.
So
I have a bad memory. I've got the goldfish memory.
So what happened was, I think I explained this the last time we were on, but what happened is that Serpent. I was trying to find a Terezi just to give a hug to, because I was like, I love Terezi. I'm gonna give him a hug. Why can't I do that? Okay.
That's why I love cons, because that's a normal statement at a con. It's just I want to hug someone. I love it. I love this so much.
And this is before I started doing Dean Ambrose cosplay, which I was doing on Friday at Anime Midwest, by the way, the day of my panel. But I was in the hotel, right? And I was like, oh, I'm never gonna find a Terezi. It's not gonna happen. My day's over. My day's ruined. And then all of a sudden, the godsend comes, and here comes Serpent coming down the escalator in Terezi cosplay, and I'm like, oh my god, yeah! I was so freaking excited. You don't know how excited I was when I saw that. And she comes down the escalator, and I go, like, could I take a photo? I didn't hug her. I just took a photo with her. And I still have the photo to this day, because I love that photo. It's the only photo we have together. But
how many years ago is this?
This is 2017. That was a long time ago.
Wow. So you've been friends for... Wow, that's pretty.
Well,
Do you both?
kind of friends. When we first met, I didn't even have a social media. It just kind of stumbled across me later on when I got one.
Yeah, I was I was no, because I think I found you. I think I found Serpent on Instagram eventually after I figured out like, oh, who's this person that I took a photo with, and then I was like, oh, that's Serpent's Breakdown. I didn't know that was their username, and so I was just like, boom, there we go. And I started talking to them, and then we got closer, and then they came on my podcast, and then because of Serpent, I met another friend of mine that I'm friends with, and I'm friends with a friend that they're friends with, and now I have my whole group friend is because of Serpent, and it's awesome.
Yeah, you've just described my entire social circle at this point in my life. Is now.
Oh, by the way,
love that.
Oh no, it's the crusty photo.
So cute. If you're not embarrassed by your early work, then you're doing something wrong.
That's the first photo of us of
I
the
love
very
that.
you ever met.
It's just so incredible, like podcasts and cons and all these like nerd things. Like it really, like I'm not a religious person, so like in a way, it's become church for me. Like this is like, it's the rituals of it and the people you meet. And at this point, the majority of my friends are now like legitimately just people I've met through Let's Chat or like tangentially. And now because of things opening up again, like I'm meeting I met a lot of people through the pandemic in where I live. And now I actually get to meet them. It's kind of fun to meet someone online and then actually get to meet them in real life now. I've been having coffee with people. It's been great. It's been great. So what cons do you have coming up this year?
Well, at least for me, I'm hoping to go to Con Alt Delete in December, since I might go to something sooner then, but that's to be seen, depending on how far I actually want to go during. Technically, it's still a virus, a pandemic.
Oh yeah. What states are you in again? I'm sorry, I forgot.
Illinois.
Yeah.
Are you both in Illinois doing good with everything?
I think so.
I live in Rhode Island, where we've hit herd immunity, so it's pretty great.
We don't have a mask mandate that much anymore. We still have a little bit of, but I mean they're throwing.
Hey, Glenda! Oh, we love Glenda. She's wonderful.
They're still trying to throw Lollapalooza, but like we'll see how far that goes.
I know. I keep reading but we're not here for COVID because that stuff's boring. I haven't gone to a con yet. There's one this weekend in Connecticut that I wanted to go to, but it's the same day as my niece's birthday party, and I love my niece Charlotte. Happy birthday! So I can't miss that. And I just applied for Rhode Island Comic Con press passes, and then I hopefully I'll try to get some. I want to go to some other smaller ones. Like I want to start renting a booth. I just want to live at cons. Like I'm sure, like you, like after this last year, I didn't realize how important con was to me. Like how much fun that stuff is. Like once you don't have it for a year, like I go to Rhode Island Comic Con every year, and this November it rolled around without it. It was and even I'm sorry, the Comic Con at home that San Diego did, not this one, but the one last year was garbage.
Honestly, that reminds me of one of my older ideas now. For a while, I was a business major, but I'm really bad at business, so I'm going to figure out another way to make it happen. But I came up with this idea of like a business that like would basically be a 365 days a year anime convention, kind of like, because it's like an anime themed like business.
Like a
it'd
bar?
be like I was thinking more like and of course have a cafe area with like anime themed foods, but I was also thinking it could have like an arcade, maybe even like a movie theater sort of area where it just constantly streams anime and a few other like various things basically. But like that's like the very basic groundwork of my idea that I had. It'd be hard to actually get to happen, but like I think it'd be great.
I'm glad you said that because I've been learning business myself, which I find I don't like it. And so all I've learned from this last year of trying to start like taking Let's Chat and being free, like kind of making it into a small business, is all I've learned that people who do stuff just find other people who are smarter than them to do it for them, and then take.
I need to find people smarter than me.
Yeah, I was like, and that's what I found. I was like, well, Bree, you're better at this stuff than I am, so how about you do it? Like, so all you gotta do is maybe you and I sound like we're the idea people and we need the get it done people. And I'm like, I have good ideas, but I'm like, I don't have. I'm not. My skill set isn't the practical, pragmatic.
I have all the ideas, none of the practicality.
But my practicality is like, oh.
I actually have possible 2 cons coming up because
No way.
I'm possibly going to Anime Magic if my schedule allows it, which is a anime convention in Rosemont that takes place at a different hotel near the convention center. Which, if you're doing a convention, just do it at the convention center. But that's just me. And Anime Magic is only this is only their 2nd year. So I mean, because COVID, they had to skip a year. So this is their 2nd year. Hopefully, I'll be able to go to that, check it out, see if I like it or not, and see if I want to go back to 3rd year. But after that will be the Bristol Renaissance Fair, where I'll be there for the whole weekend with maybe I'll just shout them out because I don't know if they're watching or not, if they will be watching, but I'll be there with 192 plus 98, Ancient Constellation, Tiff 93 KD, and 2 of their friends who I don't know their usernames, but I'm going to be all there with them at the Bristol Renaissance Fair. We're going to be there all weekend, and that's going to be something because I never been to a Renaissance Fair, so I don't know what I'm expecting.
Really, never?
Never. I know that they say if after everything.
You get to eat meat on a stick.
You can never go wrong with meat on a stick.
Yeah, we have one in Massachusetts that we've gone to. It's what's it called? King Richard's Fair. It's pretty big in the area. It's fun. I got to throw an axe.
No, that's pretty cool. But no, I wanted to add that I wanted to ask Serpent if Serpent wanted to come to the Renaissance Fair, but do you know how many times I've been convinced and maybe like, oh, maybe like.
I mean, it'd be a matter if I can actually go. I mean, for starters, I don't know much about my work schedule yet, and there's just too many factors going into that. Because a cosplay that I'd want to wear too, like I was thinking about if I did go to Renaissance Fair, I've got a cosplay I'd want to wear to it, but it's not done. I don't have the right shoes yet or the gloves.
When
or the right pants.
So the outfit?
Yeah. I have the shirt and the wig, and that's it. He also needs an eye patch. I do not have an eye patch.
Are you, like, have you always been good at, like, design and fashion and stuff like that?
Not particularly. I am a bit better than I used to be. I do still have lots of trouble when I'm making my own cosplays because I can't do math. Like I measure it like 3 times, and like let's say I need 1 foot of this whatever I'm making to be 1 foot long. I'll measure it 3 times. 1 foot. I go to cut it out. It's not 1 foot.
I've been there. Yeah, that's funny.
Because you see what I did to make I don't have a picture of my board that I made for my panel because it's gone now. Someone from the panel took it home with them. But what I did was that I took a piece of printer paper and I made because I need to make stuff to cover the answers, obviously, so people can see the answers. So what I took is I took a piece of printer paper and I took a ruler and I just started drawing a line across the piece of paper. And then I just cut it, and then they made perfect lines for everything. And I don't know how long the ruler was. It probably wasn't 1 inch, but
yes, everyone loves a good 1-inch ruler. Those are very helpful.
Just 12 of those, and you're good, right?
Yeah, right.
I love rulers. They help you keep in line.
Have you ever seen that documentary, Comic-Con: A Love Story? That Morgan Spurlock did. They follow one of the characters, and they follow is like a young woman and her friends who do like cosplay contests at San Diego. I think she works in the industry now, but like it was really good, and that they always reminded me of you. They seemed really cool people who just really passionate about cosplay.
No, I don't think I have seen it either.
It's good. It came out a while ago.
I do got exciting news though that like I'm halfway through season 2 of My Hero Academia, so I have watched the first season. I am halfway through the second season.
Yeah, you're still 3 behind though.
I just got season 3 today.
I have a couple clients I work with who always tell me to watch that show. What is it? I don't know.
It's a superhero anime.
Okay.
Basically, it's a good anime, but I think it could be better because, like, for example, we've got Deku, our main, Izuku Midoriya. His nickname is Deku, and his hero name is Deku. But Izuku Midoriya, he wants to be a hero like All Might. All Might's the top hero, and everyone's, of being the top hero, he's a symbol of peace. Everyone loves him, and he wants to be a hero. Except, he doesn't have a superpower or a quirk, as they call him, and. In the show, he ends up actually becoming basically All Might's disciple and getting his quirk. But, as cool as that is and all that stuff, I think it would have been way better other than other things, like if we stuck with the whole him getting All Might's quirk and stuff, and a few things could be changed there. In general, I think it would have been better if he found a different way to become a hero. Because, the whole thing is just like I became a hero even though I have no quirk. Except, now he does have a quirk. Because he just got one. He was given it. But, that's not going to help anyone else.
I
What's
love
it on? How do I watch it if I want to try it?
I mean, it's on Crunchyroll, Hulu,
I have Hulu.
the internet.
I have that as well.
Funimation.
I'm not as
but who uses Funimation? Not me.
Yeah,
I don't know why. I just don't like Funimation, the website, for some reason. There's no reason behind it. I just don't like it. It's
I love hating
irrational.
things for no reason. It's
Yeah,
fun.
right?
You're just like, fuck you. You're done. You're done, Funimation. Oh.
As a company, they're great. I just don't like the website.
I feel that way about Amazon Prime. I like Amazon Prime, but I hate the layout so much where I just don't even use it. It makes me so angry because I can never find anything. What do you hate, Steven? Come on. What do you hate?
I hate how Dobby looks in his initial form. I hate his original.
What do you mean his initial form? He looks same the whole time around.
No. That outfit he wears with just the shirt and then the pants and those dressy looking shoes, like he's trying to look like nice or whatever.
You mean he's not wearing his jacket?
Yeah, I hate that outfit. I hate that outfit.
All he did was take off his jacket. What's wrong with that?
He looks too normal.
He's a normal guy who kills people.
I like the trench coat look with the thing going halfway down his arm and his arm going all purple. That's my favorite Dobby look ever.
You mean his scars?
That, yeah.
Where he burnt his skin off?
That is true. Yes, that.
That's funny.
I mean, I got Dobby cosplay. No, not Dobby cosplay. I got Deku cosplay coming in the mail, so hopefully that's coming soon.
Nice. Finally, your first real cosplay.
I know. I got real cosplay coming. Now I can actually be proud of something in the cosplay world that isn't my OC.
Hey, Steven, do you remember we did our first Let's Chat? I think back then we called it Let's Chat Present. It was you, me, and Seaball. Oh, no, I think it was all four of us.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. The first one we ever did. That's how long ago it was. It was we had a different name back then, and Seaball was what came on. Oh, that was fun, Seaball.
Serpent, I love your shirt, by the way.
Oh, does it say David Bowie? I couldn't really see it.
It does. It is a Bowie shirt. I got it from my bestie, and it's great.
That's great. And Steven, I know you have a shirt you want to share with us too. You guys have good t-shirts on tonight. Not me.
I guess so.
Baby.
Got my Monday Night Raw shirt from when they turned 25 years old. It's on it says I can't turn, but I don't know.
Oh, I'll see your butt.
Okay, you can't see, but it says 25 years on the back.
Dude, Raw's 25 years old.
Well, no, it's 27 years old now because I'm 27.
It's an old shirt.
Jeez.
No, this is from what year was I 25? That was whatever year I turned 25.
What year were you 25? I don't know. Count backwards.
2019?
Yeah, no, wait, hold on.
Like, do that math in your head. What year is it now? How old are you? What's the difference between your age now and then? Count that many years backwards.
For some reason when you were doing that, you looked like 11 for a second. Like you could have been in Stranger Things.
Me?
No, Serpent. Like you had for a quick second, there's like a little Millie Bobby Brown going. Maybe you're the next Stranger Things.
No, Serpent, I do like your hairstyle, though. Your hairstyle looks fantastic.
My hairstyles always look fantastic.
No lie detected.
Is it true they call you Good Hair Serpent?
Absolutely.
No, I mean,
Steve got a haircut today just for us.
No, not just for us, but just because if you would have saw me before I got my hair cut, my hair was like up to here. And I hated it.
Yeah, I'm
Then there's me.
I'm
if you
kinda
saw
getting-
me before I trimmed my hair, I looked like I had a mullet.
Ooh,
Don't you like
that?
Don't you like that though?
Looks better like this.
Yeah, I like the longer on the side look. Well,
Yeah. I don't like this way. Hair. There we go. Directions. I don't like having hair in front of my ears. Yeah, I don't like having hair in front of my ears, and I kind of went a bit further back this time because it's easier to put wigs on if there's not hair in the way.
Yeah, I like that. I always tell my wife, I was like, you gotta shave the sides. It looks badass. She has pink hair. I'm like, yeah.
I'm thinking of going for a blue next time I dye my hair.
I just went from blue to gold, like last week. And then I had blue, and then I watched Black Widow, and I was like, hey, little Scojo has blue hair. And I was like, huh, maybe it's time to change it, because everyone's going to think I did this because of Black Widow. By chance, did you guys see, I'm sorry.
I did actually just see the movie this last weekend. Did
you like it?
I did like it.
Me too,
I also
Steven?
had way too much salt with my popcorn.
I know.
Did you like
I'm not a big Marvel fan, so I'm not.
You can't go wrong with superheroes.
I mean, like, I like My Hero Academia, sure, but like Marvel, I couldn't get behind.
Why is that? They're great.
Yeah,
I mean, I do like Cyclops from the X-Men. He's pretty cool, but I mean,
you can't go wrong with X-Men. X-Men is great.
I love the animated. I used to be upset. The first time I ever cried over a fictional death was the X-Men cartoon when Morph died, and later came back. You know, if you're fans of that, the creators of the X-Men animated series are super active on Twitter. I guarantee that you could probably get them on your show. If that's what you want, I bet they would do it.
What, get them on our show? On
Cyber Time Bite or Serpent's Breakdown or something. Like if you're I don't know how into the X-Men animated series you are, but I always see them. Oh boy, Chad, one of our best buds. I feel like you and Chad would get along so well IRL. Chad actually, he did Let's Chat Live recently. Maybe it was last month, and I forgot what happened, but I ended up not being able to be on it. I remember my daughter had croup, which is like a really severe cough that sounds like a dog barking, and it's hilarious, except it's dangerous, but it was funny when it sounded like she was barking. So sorry I couldn't be there, Chad. Chad and I actually live in the same state.
That's pretty cool.
And our state's this big, and we've never bumped into each other. Because we live in Rhode Island, which no one knows where that is.
Revel, remember last time we were talking, we were all in the same room, and we were talking about how Serpent was starting Spoopy Con, and you said it's like that punk rock attitude, and like that F you, yes I can attitude. Like,
go me.
Is Serpent a punk rocker and I don't know it?
Serpent, do you listen to punk rock? I mean, you have the punk rock, at least the aesthetic and the mentality. I guess I think so.
Not
unless you don't like it.
particularly.
Not your thing? Oh, Chad.
I mean, it's not my thing. It's just I usually listen to anime music.
Pretty BA. Well, My Chemical Romance is real big anime. I know, like Gerard did like Umbrella Academy and stuff.
Yeah, they are pretty good.
And they're pretty punk rock.
I just don't remember whose songs belong to who or the names of songs mostly.
That's totally fair. I love it.
Do you two know who Savage Garden is? Like the band?
No.
Oh yeah.
No.
Truly
I don't
Lovely,
remember
Madly, Deeply.
Dude, that song has been my jam this whole month. I don't know why I love that song.
I gotta add it to my karaoke list because was it in a Marvel movie or something? It was in something recently that made me like get re-obsessed with it. See, I can send it to you afterwards so I could find it. But when I was in college, early days of YouTube, there was this video of a group of like Scottishmen, like at a bar, like really masculine men, like really just tough looking, like soccer hooligans, and they do an a cappella version of Savage Garden, and it's like absolutely beautiful but hilarious because it's just these like dudes look like they're about to beat you up, and they're like, "Oh, I want us to," it's oh my god, I haven't thought of that in years. Thank you for that.
I mean, like my Spotify really like speaks for itself for the kind of music I listen to. I mean, like Serpent. I don't know if you have a Spotify.
I hate Spotify on the phone. I hate it so much. I'll only use it on a computer. Only.
Wait, what is the kind of? I don't think I ever asked you this. What Serpent, you first. What do you listen to on Spotify? Like, what is this? What is like the?
I don't listen to things on Spotify unless I have no choice because I hate it. They only play one of the songs I want on a playlist, and then they shove like 50 songs I don't care about and won't let me listen to what I want to, and I hate it on the phone. At least on the computer, I can force it to make me listen to play what I want to play.
Do you not have? Yeah, if you pay for premium, it's worth it. But I know what you mean. Because like you can.
I don't pay for shit.
Or steal.
I pay for the premium because I was just like, there's songs I want to listen to, and I don't want to buy them off iTunes. And I don't want to like blah 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 blah. So
I hate iTunes as well. I hate it.
I just dropped our link. I have a Spotify playlist, and it's literally. I just decided to I wanted to basically have a radio station. So I just put every song I could think of that I love on there, and I'm still building it. I'm almost at 2,000. But if anyone sees that on any of the pages, feel free to follow. You can add to it. It's a great way to find new music.
What I do listen to on Spotify, though. What I mostly listen to on Spotify, though, because I do have a playlist, is like 20s, no, well, maybe not 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s music. And I mean, I do like 70s, 80s, 90s as well, but I've got like a 30s through 60s playlist that I really enjoy.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone say that they like listen to music from the 30s. What is music? I don't even know what the 30s music is.
It's got a lot of different variety. Although one of my favorites, I think it's more close to like the 50s or the 60s, is Mr. Sandman. I really enjoy. Love Mr. Sandman.
I'm more of I love like Motown, like 50s music a lot.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for anything pop. Like I love a good melody, a good chorus. Like I like some pretty weird stuff and a lot of screamo and stuff. But I love like just straight up pop.
I think Mr. Sandman technically falls under pop. It's got a nice beat and it's got it's a good song.
Yeah.
That song was actually used. That song was actually used in Back to the Future Part 1.
Of course, it was.
I was just watching the movies that made us. The episode about Back to the Future.
Yo, there's a movies that made us. I've only been watching the toys that made us.
Yeah, isn't it so weird how Netflix does that? It's all the same people who make them, but they have them. It's so annoying. So there's the movies that made us, the holidays movies that made us. And then there's the
Why
toys
did they
that
have
made
to
us.
specify holiday movies?
And then they make them 3 separate shows, but they don't like show up. So yeah. They're really good. Like they're really fun. Because I fell in love with the toys that made us. And then,
I love toys that made us. I learned all about G.I. Joe. I don't even like G.I. Joe, but I learned a lot.
Same here.
Which also is the only reason why I know that the Snake Eye movie thing is G.I. Joe.
With the turtle. And I live right by Hasbro, like where like a lot of the people that they're interviewing live, because it's like Rhode Island. I used to work at the Starbucks near Hasbro headquarters in downtown Providence. And I remember this one guy would come in pretty high up in the company, and one time he would like slip it every so often. He's like, "Hey, don't say anything, but Xbox 360, Xbox One next month." And then like the next day in the news, I would see it. I was like, "Oh my god!" My old neighbor actually used to work for Hasbro, and I remember him. He was working on Star Wars, the toy line for the Force Awakens, and so my wife said we would harass him all the time about giving up information. And one day he like froze. He's like, "Guys, in all seriousness, I know this is funny. if I even give you the accidental whiff, I will be fired and sued so fast. So you can't ask me about it. I was like, sorry. Like, they're pretty secretive, but yeah, I really like those a lot.
I mean, like, I love Back to the Future so much. Part 2 is probably my favorite one. I do like the first one because the first one's a classic, but Part 2 is probably my favorite. And the third one is the third one's kind of can be better. But
yeah.
But I know. I mean, I could probably no. I mean, but I mean, like, I could probably. I mean, speaking of Back to the Future and talking about the past and things that we like. I could probably name you probably Serpent's top 3 animes off the top of my head, probably.
I do not think you can. It changes on a monthly basis.
You want me to guess? You want me to guess? I'm pretty sure I can.
Sure, it's gonna be wrong. Go for it.
And then I'll give you the chance to tell you what my free animes would be.
I would not know. I've got no chance of figuring that out, dude. Literally no way. I don't remember anything about other people.
Okay, so number one I know for a fact would be Idolist 7 probably. Because your Idolist 7 boys. Is that fair?
Continue with the other guesses. I'm not saying anything until you finish your 3 guesses.
Oh, you tricky!
Idolist 7, Attack on Titan, and My Hero Academia.
All incorrect.
Incorrect.
I do love Idolish 7 with all my heart, but mostly I just love Yamato. I love all of them, but currently my top 3 animes are Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun, Fairy Ranmaru, and, I mean, I'll never stop loving Full Metal Alchemist, ever.
I was sort of right. Sort of.
Oh, we got another great comment from Chad. Chad, I was actually about to ask if you're still on. Do you watch anime? Chad from Turtle Rocket Books. I've only seen a few anime shows, but Assassination Classroom blew my mind. I feel like Chad, from knowing that, for anyone who doesn't know, Chad's a sci-fi author who's written like about a bajillion books. I want to say 13, but I'm going to go with bajillion. I figured, I always think sci-fi and anime would have more of a crossover. Maybe
there's
Chad,
lots of sci-fi animes. They're pretty good.
Yeah, like if you can find a way to merge those fan bases will make you very wealthy, and I would like that. And then you have to give me 10% of your wealth. That's how it works. Assassination
Classroom's a really good anime, though.
So
it's really good.
Tell me about it. Like, should I?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. So basically, Assassination Classroom. These kids. They go to this really prestigious school, but they're all like at the bottom of their grades. So instead of going to the fancy campus that has like literally anything you could imagine, basically, they go to a classroom up on top of a mountain that basically they have to walk to every day. And suddenly towards the beginning of their year, the school year, you know, they get this new teacher, and it's basically he is this basically a yellow octopus is kind of what he looks like, with this big grin. But and they're told by these government dudes who come with him, just like, okay, so you gotta kill him by the end of the year, and you'll get like $1 bajillion. But you need to kill him, please. Oh, he can only be killed by like rubber things for some reason. It's gotta be rubber. But he's like ultra powerful and like really he can like fly at like multiple Mach speeds, and he's I guess you could say a very charismatic guy, and he's a fantastic teacher. Kuro Sensei is, and it's a very good show. But they're not basically learning how to be assassins in this class while also doing their studies at the same time.
Really?
Yeah, it's really good.
All right, I'm gonna check this out. This sounds awesome.
That's right, Ruffle. If you want to learn to be the best podcaster, you gotta climb a mountain and come learn from me. No, I'm kidding.
He's not wrong. I know if there's any way to like I don't know, find a way to like we could watch like anime together online. If you want, like like people do those reaction videos. I will totally sign up for do any sort of like reaction because I honestly the only anime my knowledge and I don't have anything against anime. I just missed it completely. I used to love the original Pokemon. Like I would watch that on Saturday mornings, and then for some reason I have so many friends who love anime, and like I feel like we definitely our fan base of Let's Chat World, like Let's Chat crew, love anime. I don't know why. Do you ever have that? There's just certain things that you just miss for whatever reason.
Gotta watch the anime, but yes. Although it's not really things particularly like I miss because like I'm just miss them. It's just usually because they don't fall into my interest. Although sometimes I do miss things and I come to like them later, like that. I don't know. It's kind of I am a what's the word? The words on the tip of my tongue. I'm not a human dictionary, so I.
With that hair, how could you be?
Yeah. What's the word for like? You say one thing and another thing happens. Like it doesn't match up.
Steve and I cannot figure this out.
Steve and I are like, ugh. Hold on a minute. Hold on. I think I know the word. Misconception.
Kind of like that. Why are my eyes so blue in this camera? My eyes are not blue. Sorry, I got distracted. But
you're just like, oh my god, I'm gorgeous.
I just don't know why my eyes are so blue because they're more of a gray than anything. But like kind of like a misconception, like or an enigma, or it doesn't line up. It doesn't match up.
Sure.
Like I'm hungry, but I'm also not gonna do anything about it.
Contrary?
Yeah, kind of like contrary.
Complacent?
Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah.
That's the closest word, contrary. We're gonna go with that. I'm very contrary.
Yeah. Oh, I just feel like I always convince myself that I don't like anime, and then every time I talk to someone, I'm like, I would probably like that. I should try it, and then I go by myself and never try it.
No, I mean, like so that kind of happened with me with my nostalgia-ness. That's what I'll call it, nostalgia-ness. Because when I was little, I mean, I was into everything. Like I had a Packard Bell, Windows 95, all that stuff. I loved it. Digimon, everything, Beyblade, loved all that stuff. And then when I got older, then I kind of went like this way, and then I kind of like it kind of was like not part of my life for like a short period of time. And then I get older.
Sure.
Then I get like older. I'm in high school, and then I remember like everything that I did when I was a child, like the Windows 95 and the Digimon and the Pokemon and the Yu-Gi-Oh and the everything like that all just comes back, and I'm just like, I need to get into this. And so I got back into it, and I started going on YouTube and like rewatching the old things I used to watch and seeing things I used to have that I don't have anymore and still don't have. And like, it's just like, it was like a huge like whiff of, I don't smoke, but it was like a huge whiff of smoke coming towards me that I actually liked. And I don't smoke, and I'm straight edge, and I don't. Do
you call yourself edge for it? That's awesome.
Well, yeah. I mean, I call myself straight edge because I don't drink, smoke, or do drugs. I like basically yeah. For people who are listening who don't know really what straight edge is, it's basically don't do speed, don't do crack, don't do any of that stuff. Just avoid all that stuff. Avoid Budweiser and all that stuff, and just say no to it. Say yes to pizza. Say no to drugs. Say yes to pizza. There you go.
I'm gonna make that a shirt. Say yes to pizza.
That's not actually the phrase, though. That's just that's not the actual phrase, because like straight edge is actually like, at least in like There's two types of straight edge. The straight edge that like you're kind of saying, and the straight edge with space. There's a straight edge with a dash and a space. You gotta think of the right one, because there's Stevens where pure body stuff, and then there's the straight edge from the that's a subculture of hardcore punk.
Yeah,
Ian MacKay and all that. Yeah, I know there's like an ideology, but like, I don't think I've ever. Oh my god, Chad, hooking it up. Oh look, it looks like someone has made a catchphrase with that Teenage Mutant T-shirt, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle T-shirt with that phrase. Well, now we should steal from that T-shirt and see how long we can go without getting sued. And people think I'm kidding. I would love a good cease and desist letter. So if anyone wants to make some parody art with our name in it, we could split the profits. I'm 100% serious. We have a TeePublic store. I want to get sued. Let's do Grogu.
I also want to let everyone know if there's people listening who are fans of In the Serpent's Pit, who are longtime listeners, who love our podcast, who's listened to every episode or has wanting to listen
even though we have like one view on every video.
You can buy our T-shirt. I made a T-shirt, and it literally is a kawaii snake, and it has a kawaii snake on the front.
Let me rephrase: a clip art snake.
And it's free. It's free, so I'm not like I didn't have to buy the rights for it or anything.
Because it's clip art.
But it looks nice. And
never been the biggest fan of clip art.
but it says In the Serpent's Pit with Serpent's Breakdown on the front, and you can freaking go for me and buy it today, and I will send you a kawaii snakes In the Serpent's Pit shirt. And
it's Redbubble. They do it on their own. Redbubble does its own thing. They give you like 3 cents and, send the shirt.
Yeah, that's what we have TeePublic, because it's like you get like a percentage or whatever, because like I don't have the means to dish out money to make shirts and try to sell them yet.
Hey, Revel. Revel, I gotta ask you, man.
I hate Redbubble so much. We just sold some of your stuff. Here's 3 cents.
You own everything. Yeah, I know. It's like Uber, right? It's like I don't know. It's a weird thing, but I guess for people at our level, it's kind of a necessity. But I don't like Redbubble. I don't actually buy from them. I really like TeePublic, like in terms of quality of product that I purchased. I bought in some real garbage on TeePublic. No, I'm sorry. Said that wrong. I meant to say Redbubble. Redbubble, I bought in some garbage on.
So, I do want one thing I do want to say is that that my DVD collection has increased of the panels I've done. I had to get rid of the con off the cod panel because the audio didn't go through. I only have the video. The video didn't go through. But I have both of my Spoopy con panels on DVD from Serpents Convention. I have both of those on DVD.
Mm-hmm.
I got my...
Why? Specifically on DVD, because at this point, it's as much as I love DVDs, it's very arcane? Is that the word? That doesn't sound right. Ancient at the I love DVDs, but they're very ancient at this point.
Well, I mean, because here's the thing: when it's at the internet crashes one day, and I want to watch my panel from your convention,
you could read a book instead.
Oh,
you're right.
I actually own my DVDs for the commentary.
Wait, Revel, listen. If me and Serpent had recommend a book, you can't read it. It's
probably anime.
It's not Armageddon. It's arson or something. You can't read it because we didn't say it.
Oh, hey, Turtle Rocket Books uses TeePublic. So, everyone supports Turtle Rocket. Buy a shirt. Chad, post your page up here, bud. I'm gonna buy something from him. We love Chad. I won a contest and I won a Switch game from Chad, and I was like, well, now I'm gonna buy a Switch, and having a Switch has been incredible.
So, a book that Serpent actually recommended to me that I'm actually trying to find at a bookstore is literally called. I mean, well, there's 2 of them. There's The Owl Keeper, and then there's Circus du Freak. Two books that Serpent keeps talking about over and over and over. And I want.
They're good books, but you don't need to go to a bookstore. There's this magical thing called a library.
Hey, you didn't say Amazon. Thank you. That warmed my heart so much. I thought you were gonna be like, it's called Amazon. It sucks. Fuck Amazon. But yeah, my God, I love the library. It depends.
Libraries are great. I love libraries.
I actually funny. That's so funny you say that. I just got to go to the local where I live in Rhode Island. Our local library in Warwick and another town, Bristol, got this huge grant, and they set up a podcast studio, and they've created their own like radio stuff. I actually was just there to meet with them. I'm hoping they're going to be doing some like teaching or some. I won't get involved with the community or something, but like
that's very
cool
interesting.
Like, in the town I live in, I now have a free podcast studio rental, and they do a lot of great online stuff too. Actually, trainings as well, but that's here or there. But I just think that's so cool. Like,
very cool.
When I was a kid, where I lived, and I didn't grow up in a very wealthy area, so our library was just mostly homeless people, and everything smelled like pee, and it was not. You didn't go to the library; it fucking sucked. And then now, like, they're super nice, and that's where I get all my DVDs, and I get God, the one in my town has a 3D printer. Like, they have a whole
my library
initiative.
Actually has like a seed library there. You can get seeds there, which I think is very cool.
Ours too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they have like speakers, and it's just so funny. Like, I'm 8 years into podcasting, and I'm like, I can't believe I'm about to like start going to the library to record a podcast, because I'm like, well, this is cheaper than a studio. Like, a studio could be like $60 an hour. And like, I can go to the library for free. If I could have done this earlier in the night, that's where I would be right now, but I couldn't get there in time.
This is actually my old library card from my old library.
You should get a library card for the new library.
Libraries are awesome. I don't even read a lot, but like, I get a lot of.
I read a lot.
A lot of graphic novels and stuff. Like, because I always want to read.
Like, I literally have multiple piles of books checked out from the library over here.
Yeah, you're my wife. My wife will read, I think, like 2 to 3 books a week, and I'm like 1 to 2 a year. And any book I usually read was usually about television. Like, the last book I read was about like The Sopranos. It was like The Soprano sessions. And then before that, I read the oral history of The Wire. It was like All the Pieces Matter. And then there's a gap.
One thing I really want to do is I really want to go to a library with Serpent and see how that goes.
Why would we? You can't talk in a library, dude. It wouldn't be very exciting.
She would yell at us the whole time.
No. They'll be like, "How's the book?"
I blatantly refuse to go to a library with you because you talk, and that doesn't work in a library.
Hey, I can go to a library and stay quiet.
I like to read in peace and quiet alone with a cat.
Like become with a cat. Cat.
Funny. I would love to. Chad, you're local. We should do a library podcast episode.
But no,
I'm so pro library. Do either of you ever do this? Do you ever go to like Barnes and Noble or something like that, like the big chain bookstore, and then walk around just to take a picture of the books you did and then take them off the library?
I do that. I take pictures of books I want, and then I just go find them at the library.
I'm like, if I really, really like a book or something that means something to me, or my wife has a rule, like she gets a book from the library and it's like, and she just has the compulsion where she wants to like mark it up. I'm like, just go buy it. You know what I mean? Like, to her, it's like you get out 50 because we can't afford to buy 50. But like, and if you want to buy 10, you buy the 10. Like, it makes you happy. Like, God, for me, it's like the Switch, like Mario, and like actually now I'm really into Animal Crossing. Like, the way
Animal Crossing is great.
The way I play Animal Crossing. Oh, dude, we got to add each other so we could. I'm not too as far into it.
Absolutely.
I love that. I played it for the GameCube, and then I haven't played in years. I lose myself to those games like Animal Crossing, SimCity. Those like, I gotta try Minecraft. I'm kind of afraid what's gonna happen.
But yeah, I mean, like I haven't. I mean, like I've been playing the new. I don't have My Hero. I don't have the new My Hero game. Because I have My Hero 1 Justice 1. There's a second one, and now there's a third one coming out. But I still need to play the second one, and it's really good. I mean, it's a fighting game where you beat any character from the anime and you just fight each other in big areas. And Serpent, I don't know if you own it, but
I do not.
It's a really fun game. You would really like it.
I'm not really into. I don't think I'll ever get it. It's not. I mean, I might if I have it like a library or something. Maybe I'll get it, but
Does yours? Because I rent video games. We have like a sub. What are they called? There's like a main librarian where I live. Like it's a pretty big city, and then we have like sub libraries. So we have like a sub library in my neighborhood that I can walk to, so I can get stuff online and they deliver it. If you want to know something really sweet, there's a big trend. I'm sure this is Illinois, probably everywhere, but they have like people in communities. They do free libraries. So like one of my neighbors has a free library, like the give a book, take a book. And I've gotten so many children's books for my daughter that have become like we've gotten so many things I would have never have gotten if it wasn't that free library. So shout out to that person in my neighborhood.
We actually have one of those in my neighborhood. Like if you go out of my house and you like go up like the side road by my house and go up this other side road. So, like one of my neighbors who live like near me actually have one of those on a tree. I
like that. I think it's cool. It's there hasn't been any like thing bad. No, people aren't leaving like hate speech or like I got like Tennis the Train. I got a book for me out of there one time. It was pretty cool. But like if you're someone like you, Serpent, I bet when you buy so many at some point you're like, I gotta get rid of these at some point.
Never. I will never get rid of my books.
You're my father-in-law. He has. And we had to move. We moved a couple years ago, or they moved from New Jersey to Rhode Island to move up to be closer to us. And like, I was carrying box after box, and at some point, I found out they were books, and I was gonna fucking murder him. Like this could all fit in a Kindle. But he does have a beautiful setup, and I get it. Books are his thing, and he has
books are great.
So you're a bibliophile, then? You're one of them.
A bit, although I do need to read more. I keep getting distracted.
Steven, I'm more like you. I'm a DVD person. I like DVDs. It's the same thing. Just we're scratching different muscles.
When it comes to books, every time I go to the bookstore, right, or to go to the library, I always go to the poetry section because for some reason, poetry really hits me in a way that never has hit me before. And
I love that. That's beautiful.
It's got to be the gushiest thing I ever heard. It's got to hit me hard sometimes. I don't know. It's got to be like those. It's got to like mean something. And when I was at the bookstore not this last time, but the before last, I actually bought a poetry book and I folded all the pages, the corner of every page of the ones I actually.
No. Don't fold pages. It hurts the book. You're hurting the book.
Wait, you want to see? You want to see?
No. You're causing physical pain to me and the book. That's how you destroy the book.
So should we start burning them?
Fold the corners.
Oh my god, Serpent, I feel like I'm talking to so many people in my family right now.
I don't even can't fold the corners.
Dude, why don't we just like burn them? Wait, that's bad.
Like you can't do that.
Are you two still gonna be friends after this?
Absolutely
we have to come back and do, like,
not.
A therapy episode. I'll moderate.
No, I don't do it to every book. That's the only book I've done it to.
There's a magical thing called bookmarks that you can use that does not hurt the book.
Yeah, but the thing is that like if it means something, like if a book means something to me and I don't want to,
you don't hurt the book if it means something to you. That's like tearing it up, because that's basically what you're doing. Because those bits that you have folded will now tear sooner. They'll just rip very easily now. Once like in a few years, those corners will be gone.
I can explain it to you better for you. It's like if you don't put your DVDs back in the case and they get all scratched.
That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing.
You know what's funny? I think we both have the same affinity just for the different items. I love that though. I think that's honestly what podcasts and like are is for people who like the special features on the DVD or collect books. Like we're people who just like stuff just a little bit too much. Like I feel like we're all the same. I can't just watch a show. I have to watch the show. Like I have to watch any Marvel movie or show and then watch like 75 YouTube videos about it.
Do you guys want to hear one of the poems in this book that
I'd love to.
You all good with this? You all cool with this?
Let's do it.
I don't know if Serpent wants to hear it. I don't know. Anyway,
I'm just still offended that you folded the corners.
I'm sorry. I won't ever do it ever again. I swear, I won't do it again. I won't do it to the Owl Keeper. I won't do it to Circus Du Freak. I swear I won't. Anyway, this poem is called Forest, and it's one of my favorites. It says, "Your mind is beautiful, a forest filled with magical wonders. Spending time in exploring. Let me learn to love the land. Birds are singing. Let the healing begin." Dude, that hits hard, man. That hits.
I love that. That's beautiful. No one's ever brought poetry out on this show, so that's awesome. I think that says more about me because we don't ever talk about books either. So maybe I'm learning a lot tonight from both of you.
I write my own poetry too, but
that's amazing. My father-in-law's a poet.
But
that's really cool. He's a sci-fi writer. He's a good guy. But he's our first Left Chat guest ever.
Yeah, but it's like for me though, my poet writing has been on the lackluster lately because I haven't done it in years. So I can, if I wanted to if I whipped up something right now, it would probably be something based on like how I'm feeling, probably.
I love that. So wow, we're already hitting the hour.
Can I say something?
Wrap it up. Is there anything you want to bring up? Anything we miss?
Well, Serpent, you want to say something first?
No.
Well, I guess I want to say something. Can I say something before we end this?
Yeah, as I said, do you have anything we missed before we wrap it up?
I do want to. I know I said this in the beginning, and I said this at the very beginning when we started, but I do want to say that I do want to even. I don't know what the future of the Serpent's Pit is. I don't know if how long this hiatus will be or what or anything. But I do want to say for everyone who's listening and to just just to say it, that Serpent is one. I really like Serpent is a really great friend of mine, and I really care about Serpent as a friend. Serpent is really awesome, really amazing, and it's just an awesome person that I am happy to know in my life. For the ups and the downs I have been through with everything I've been through in my life. That I just wanted Serpent to know that you're amazing. Thanks for being in my life and being amazing as a person, as a friend.
I couldn't think of the right word, so I almost said I am not a person, but that's not right. I am not a sentimental person, so I don't know how to respond to things like this, so I don't.
I figured, but I get it. That's cool. Isn't it great though? Like, I love having friends that are complete opposites like that.
I am kind of like, I will take your shoes and burn them type of person. No. Like, not only am I going to take your shoes, I'm going to burn them. Because I am a cat. A cat that can use matches.
That tracks. So, like, besides, before we burn our shoes, where can people find you all online?
I'm on Serpents Breakdown on Instagram, but both of the Serpents Breakdown on Instagram on me. There's Serpents Breakdown and Serpents Breakdown 21. They're both me. Just one is art and one does not have art. And
you can't forget Green Zor on
I am not Green Zor on anything.
No, not Green. I mean Fanatic 21. Fanatic 21.
I'm not Fanatic 21 on anything either.
You got rid of your Redbubble?
No, it's still there. I just hate it. I still hate Redbubble. I am working on being able to get my own merch. Now that I have a job, I will be able to buy stuff and actually sell it on my own. So that's going to be happening soon, hopefully.
So, Steven, where can people find you online?
All right, you can find me on Facebook at Cyber Time Bite. That's my Facebook. You can just that's the podcast Facebook. If you want to get in contact with me, Cyber Time Bite. You follow me on Twitter at the Retro Vamp. You can follow me on Instagram at the Retro Vamp. You can find all my merchandise, all my Spork stuff on Redbubble.com under Crash Steven Gear, where even you know that the Spork is the most powerful of them all. If you don't have my shirt, man, you don't understand the power of the Spork. The Spork is almighty.
I love that. And I want to extend a big thank you for both of you. Like I just was looking it up. Yeah, it was last October we did our first one, and it's great that we've still been able to keep in touch and keep doing this. And hopefully we'll get something together for August because we turn 1, and Let's Chat because Chris Revel turns 8. But anyway, you can find me on at Let's Chat Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and make sure Let's Chat Podcast.net for everything. And everyone, have a good rest of your evening. We should. In the meantime, I'm going to think of a catchphrase we can sign off with. Maybe that will be every.